Our planet thrives on delicate balances. These balances are the result of millions of years of evolution, where every species, no matter how small, has found its place in the grand tapestry of life. The harmony we witness in nature is a testament to the intricate relationships that have developed over time. This interconnectedness is not just biological, but also economic, as healthy ecosystems provide services that are vital to human economies, such as pollination of crops, purification of water, and regulation of climate. Ecosystems, intricate and interconnected, support a web of life. Each ecosystem, whether it be a dense forest, a vibrant coral reef, or a sprawling savanna, is a complex network of interactions. Plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms all work together, creating a balance that sustains life. This balance is crucial for maintaining biodiversity, which in turn supports ecosystem services that benefit human societies, such as food production, medicinal resources, and tourism. From microscopic organisms to the largest whales, each creature plays a vital role. Microscopic plankton in the ocean provide the foundation for marine food webs, while apex predators like whales help regulate the populations of other marine species. This interconnectedness ensures the stability and resilience of ecosystems. The economic impact of these relationships is profound, as fisheries, tourism, and even global climate regulation depend on the health of these marine systems. This delicate balance, however, is vulnerable, susceptible to disruptions that can have cascading consequences. Human activities such as deforestation, pollution, and climate change are major threats to these natural systems. When one part of an ecosystem is affected, the impact can ripple through the entire system, leading to unforeseen consequences. Economically, these disruptions can lead to loss of livelihoods, increased costs for disaster recovery, and long-term economic instability for communities dependent on natural resources. The health of our planet is inextricably linked to the well-being of its animal inhabitants. Thriving ecosystems support not only wildlife but also human communities. Clean air, fresh water, and fertile soil are all products of healthy ecosystems, and they are essential for our survival and well-being. Economically, healthy ecosystems reduce the need for costly artificial substitutes and provide a foundation for sustainable development and economic resilience. When disaster strikes, the consequences ripple through the ecosystem, impacting every living thing. Natural disasters such as hurricanes, wildfires, and floods can devastate habitats, displacing wildlife and disrupting the balance of nature. The recovery process can take years, and some species may never fully recover. Economically, the costs of these disasters are immense, affecting industries such as agriculture, fisheries, and tourism, and requiring significant investment in restoration and recovery efforts. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill stands as a stark reminder of this interconnectedness, a catastrophe that unveiled the fragility of our natural world. The spill not only caused immediate harm to marine life, but also had long-term effects on the entire ecosystem. It highlighted the urgent need for responsible stewardship of our planet to ensure the continued health and balance of our interconnected world. Economically, the spill resulted in billions of dollars in damages affecting fisheries, tourism, and local economies, and underscored the high cost of environmental negligence. April 20th, 2010, a date etched in environmental history. On this fateful day, the world witnessed one of the most devastating industrial disasters ever recorded. The Deepwater Horizon oil rig, located in the Gulf of Mexico, exploded, igniting a massive inferno that could be seen for miles. The events leading up to this catastrophe were a combination of technical failures and human errors. The explosion was a result of a catastrophic blowout, a sudden and uncontrollable release of oil and gas from the well. This tragic event claimed the lives of 11 workers, leaving their families and communities in mourning. The inferno raged on, marking the beginning of an environmental crisis of unprecedented proportions. Prior to the explosion, there were warning signs of potential issues, including problems with the blowout preventer, a critical safety device designed to seal the well in case of a blowout. Emergency response teams worked tirelessly to contain the blaze and rescue the remaining crew members. Despite their efforts, the damage was done. The explosion had caused a massive rupture in the wellhead, leading to an uncontrollable spill. Investigations later revealed that a series of human errors, including misinterpretation of pressure tests and failure to recognize the signs of a blowout, contributed to the disaster. For 87 agonizing days, oil gushed uncontrollably from the ruptured wellhead, spewing an estimated 210 million gallons of crude oil into the Gulf's pristine waters. The spill created a vast dark stain on the ocean's surface, visible even from space. Efforts to cap the well were hampered by the depth of the wellhead, located nearly a mile underwater, and the complexity of the situation. The spill, the largest in history, spread like a dark stain, reaching from the Louisiana coast to the Florida panhandle. The once vibrant and thriving marine ecosystem was now suffocating under a blanket of oil. Wildlife, including birds, fish, and marine mammals, were severely affected, their habitats destroyed, and their populations decimated. The environmental and economic impact of the spill was felt for years to come as communities along the coast struggled to recover from the disaster. The combination of technical failures, human errors, and the sheer scale of the spill made it a stark reminder of the risks associated with deepwater drilling. The immediate aftermath of the explosion was met with horror and disbelief. The catastrophic event sent shockwaves through the marine environment. The oil, a toxic soup of chemicals, began its insidious spread, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. This toxic mix included benzene, toluene, and xylene, which are harmful to both marine and human life. Marine life, caught in the path of the spill, bore the brunt of the disaster. Species such as the Atlantic bluefin tuna, already endangered, faced even greater threats to their survival. Dolphins, whales, sea turtles, fish, and countless invertebrates were exposed to the deadly effects of the oil. The critically endangered Kemp's Ridley sea turtle was particularly hard hit, with many found dead or severely affected. The oil coating their bodies disrupted their ability to regulate body temperature, breathe, and feed. Birds, such as the brown pelican, struggled to fly and feed, leading to starvation and death. The spill's impact on marine ecosystems was immediate and devastating. Coral reefs, vital to marine biodiversity, suffered extensive damage, affecting countless species that depend on them for survival. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill posed a particularly grave threat to endangered species already struggling for survival. The spill's vast reach and the toxic nature of the oil created an environment where these species faced unprecedented challenges. The Gulf of Mexico is home to a number of endangered and threatened species, including Kemp's Ridley sea turtles, blue whales, and sperm whales. These creatures, already battling habitat loss and human interference, found themselves in a dire situation as the oil spread through their habitats. These species, with their small populations and limited genetic diversity, were ill-equipped to cope with the added stress of the oil spill. The toxic exposure not only threatened their immediate health, but also jeopardized their reproductive success and future generations. The spill's impact on their already fragile populations raised serious concerns about their long-term survival. Conservationists and scientists feared that the compounded stresses could push some species to the brink of extinction, highlighting the urgent need for effective response and recovery efforts. Section 5. The human factor. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill, a tragedy of immense proportions, was a stark reminder of the potential for human error to have catastrophic consequences. The disaster was not just a result of technical failures, but also of human decisions and actions at various levels. A series of technical failures, coupled with inadequate safety procedures, contributed to the disaster. Engineers and technicians faced immense pressure to meet deadlines, often at the expense of safety protocols. The spill highlighted the inherent risks associated with deepwater drilling and the need for stringent regulations and rigorous safety protocols. Regulatory bodies and government officials play a crucial role in enforcing these standards to prevent such tragedies. It underscored the importance of corporate responsibility and the need for accountability in the face of such environmental disasters. Corporate executives must prioritize safety and environmental protection, while environmental activists and the public hold them accountable for their actions. Section 6. A glimmer of hope. In the face of this environmental catastrophe, a massive response effort was launched. The scale of the operation was unprecedented, with resources pouring in from around the world. Thousands of volunteers, scientists, and environmental agencies mobilized to contain the spill, clean up the affected areas, and rescue wildlife. Their dedication and hard work provided a beacon of hope amidst the devastation. Skimmers were deployed to remove oil from the water's surface, working tirelessly day and night. These efforts significantly reduced the amount of oil reaching the shorelines, while controlled burns attempted to eliminate the oil before it reached sensitive coastal areas. These measures were carefully monitored to minimize environmental impact. Wildlife rehabilitation centers worked tirelessly to clean and rehabilitate oiled animals, providing them with the care they needed to recover. These centers became sanctuaries of hope and recovery. Nursing them back to health, many animals were successfully released back into their natural habitats. These success stories were a testament to the resilience of nature and the unwavering human spirit. Section 7. A cost beyond measure. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill left an indelible mark on the Gulf of Mexico, its impacts reverberating through the ecosystem for years to come. The disaster, which began on April 20, 2010, released millions of barrels of oil into the ocean, creating one of the largest environmental catastrophes in history. The immediate aftermath saw marine life struggling to survive in oil-covered waters, and the once thriving coastline turned into a scene of devastation. The spill not only affected marine animals, but also disrupted the livelihoods of countless people who depended on the Gulf for fishing and tourism. The economic impact on local communities was profound, with many small businesses closing down due to the loss of income. The fishing industry in particular faced a significant downturn, with fish populations declining and contaminated waters making it unsafe to harvest seafood. The tourism sector also suffered, as the once pristine beaches were marred by oil, deterring visitors and causing a ripple effect on local economies. The financial costs of the disaster were staggering, with BP, the oil giant responsible for the spill, paying billions in fines and settlements. These payments were meant to cover the cleanup efforts, compensate affected businesses, and fund restoration projects. However, no amount of money could fully repair the damage done. The legal battles and financial repercussions for BP lasted for years, highlighting the severe economic impact of such environmental disasters. The company faced intense scrutiny and criticism from the public and environmental groups worldwide. Beyond the immediate financial penalties, BP's reputation suffered a significant blow, leading to a loss of investor confidence and a decline in stock value. The long-term economic impact extended to increased insurance premiums for the entire oil industry and heightened regulatory scrutiny, which added operational costs for oil companies globally. The environmental costs, however, are immeasurable. The spill caused long-term damage to marine and coastal ecosystems, with some species still struggling to recover. The oil spill disrupted the food chain, affecting everything from plankton to large marine mammals. The toxic effects of the oil and chemical dispersants used in the cleanup process have had lasting impacts on the health of marine life. The sight of oil-covered animals being rescued became a haunting symbol of the disaster's far-reaching consequences. The long-term environmental impact includes the degradation of coral reefs, which serve as critical habitats for many marine species. The oil spill also led to the decline of bird populations, as oil-coated feathers impaired their ability to fly and maintain body temperature. Additionally, the spill's impact on the reproductive health of marine species has resulted in lower birth rates and increased mortality, threatening the survival of certain populations. The spill's long-term effects on marine life, coastal ecosystems, and human health are still being studied. Scientists continue to monitor the affected areas, conducting research to understand the full extent of the damage. Studies have shown that the oil spill has had significant impacts on the reproductive health of marine species, and some populations may take decades to recover. Additionally, the spill has raised concerns about the potential health risks to humans, particularly those involved in the cleanup efforts and communities living near the affected areas. Research has indicated that exposure to oil and chemical dispersants can lead to respiratory issues, skin conditions, and other health problems. The psychological impact on affected communities has also been significant, with many individuals experiencing stress, anxiety, and depression due to the loss of livelihood and environmental degradation. The disaster served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet and the lasting consequences of environmental negligence. It sparked a global conversation about the need for stricter regulations and better safety measures in the oil industry. Environmental groups and concerned citizens rallied together, demanding accountability and action to prevent future disasters. The cleanup efforts, involving thousands of volunteers, showcased the resilience and determination of communities to restore their environment. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill remains a poignant example of the delicate balance between human activity and the natural world. The disaster also highlighted the importance of investing in renewable energy sources to reduce dependence on fossil fuels and mitigate the risk of future oil spills. The global response to the spill underscored the need for international cooperation in addressing environmental challenges and protecting our planet for future generations. Section 8. Lessons etched in oil. The Deepwater Horizon. Oil spill, a tragedy of unprecedented scale, offered profound lessons about our relationship with the natural world. It revealed the catastrophic consequences of neglecting environmental safeguards and the urgent need for a more sustainable approach to resource extraction. It underscored the importance of environmental stewardship, emphasizing the role of both individuals and corporations in protecting our ecosystems. The disaster spurred a global movement towards more responsible environmental practices. The need for robust safety measures in industries that interact with the environment became glaringly evident. This led to the implementation of more stringent safety protocols and regular safety drills to prevent future incidents. The interconnectedness of all life on Earth was brought to the forefront, highlighting how the health of our oceans directly impacts biodiversity and human livelihoods. This realization prompted a re-evaluation of our environmental policies. The spill prompted a re-evaluation of offshore drilling practices, leading to the development of new technologies designed to minimize environmental risks. These advancements have since become industry standards. Leading to stricter regulations and improved safety protocols, governments worldwide enacted policies to ensure better oversight and accountability in the oil industry. These measures aim to prevent such disasters from occurring again. It also highlighted the importance of scientific research in understanding and mitigating the impacts of such disasters. Ongoing studies continue to inform policy decisions and improve our ability to respond to environmental crises effectively. Section 9. A hope for harmony. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill, a stark reminder of our capacity for both destruction and compassion, left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. It highlighted the urgent need for sustainable practices and the importance of global cooperation in addressing environmental crises. It forced us to confront the consequences of our actions and the urgent need to protect our planet's fragile ecosystems. This disaster underscored the necessity for stringent environmental policies and the role of activism in driving change. The disaster, though tragic, also served as a catalyst for positive change. It inspired communities to come together, fostering a spirit of resilience and cooperation in the face of adversity. It spurred advancements in oil spill response technologies, strengthened environmental regulations, and led to the development of more effective disaster preparedness strategies. These efforts are crucial in mitigating future incidents and ensuring a swift response, and fostered a greater awareness of the interconnectedness of all living things. Ongoing efforts include educational programs aimed at promoting ecosystem conservation and community events that raise environmental awareness, paving the way for a more harmonious coexistence with nature.